blocking the camera on this new platform. Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Heather Vickery, and you have tuned in to this week's episode of Brave in Action. So, Brave, if you don't already know this, is my business. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. Brave is my business. So, how did I get here? Right? I got here because there used to be a time in my life where every decision I made was fear based. What would be the least scary? What would hurt the fewest people? What would cause the least conflict? And I would pick that. But that wasn't me necessarily, forgive me, picking the things that were best for me or even best for my loved ones, right? I don't know what's going on today. Forgive me. I apologize for that. Holy moly. Um, all of that to say, I actually tell that whole story in my book, Fuck Fearless, which is right here for those of you. Yes, my partner's book, Inclusive 360, is behind it. We both use this as our stage and we just swap gear. So there you go. I do tell a little bit of that whole story in the book. But today's topic for Brave in Action is bringing awareness into your body physically and mentally, emotionally, socially. And so I can't really tackle that topic with all of you unless I also tell you that wasn't born with it, right? This isn't something you're born with. I had to learn it. I had to learn it the hard way. And so maybe have you, quite likely. Maybe you're still in the process of learning it. Sometimes so am I. Oh, you guys. Okay. So before I get too into the tips and the tricks and the ways that you can really bring more awareness into your body, why that matters, I want to just let you know, super excited about this. My brand new 16-week program, the Brave Entrepreneur Incubator, which is for you if you've been in business for at least 5 years and you have done enough work to realize that in order to grow to the next phase of your life and your business, it's going to be easier to do with support, with a cheering squad, with some guidance. We're going to do a lot of work around what it is you really want, breaking down those bullshit stories of what's been told to you in the past of what you're supposed to want. So defining success on your own terms, what I call building your first class life. That's going to look different for each and every one of us. A lot of work around forgiveness, surrender, and release in order to bring in what we want. And I partner really strategic type A systems and tricks and tips and things with a lot of the heart-centered, more energetic-centered, spiritual woo-woo stuff. I believe in their power to manifest one another. We're going to do some work with human design as well, which I'm currently getting certified in. So lots of stuff. It's going to be very you guided. And the wait list for the Brave Entrepreneur Incubator closes tonight. So if you're watching this later, it's October 13th. I want to be really clear, though, what that wait list is. The wait list is just a wait list. It's just a list that says, I really like you, Heather. I really like all the things you put out there. I want to know more. I might be interested. And as a benefit of signing up for the wait list, you get priority registration because this is a very limited run. There are not going to be a lot of seats available. And you get kick-ass bonuses. Those bonuses include one-on-one coaching with me, 2 badass masterclasses that you don't want to miss. They're only available to people who register and have previously been on the wait list, as well as early access to our heart-centered community. Basically, you're going to get to hit the ground running. We don't start the incubator until January because it's going to be such a small group. And by small group, I don't mean like 2 people, but it's not going to be huge. We're not looking at hundreds of people. It's going to be an intimate group. We're going to pick a call date and time collectively that works for everyone. So I am going to talk about bringing awareness into your body and why that matters. And I'm really excited to do that. But I want to let you know first that that is a core component of what we're going to do in the incubator, right? We're going to work a lot on being aware of how you feel physically, emotionally. Balance is all about how you feel at the end of the day, the week, the month, the year. How do you feel about how you're spending your time and your energy? Does it feel good? And if it doesn't, then fucking change something, right? So we are here for accountability and support and challenging you, but also cheering you on, celebrating you, honoring you, helping you manifest ideas, take things to the next level. And also, there's going to be great networking opportunities. So, if you think you might want to know more, there is no commitment involved in joining the waitlist. Joining the waitlist is simply joining the waitlist, and then you have access to these things. It's not you saying, sign me up for the incubator. It's saying, sign me up to learn more. And if I decide to join, I want all these fucking badass bonuses. So go do it. vickeryandco.com/waitlist will get you on the waitlist for the incubator. All right. So take a big deep breath with me. If you're watching, take a big deep breath with me. Let's go in through our nose. Hold it. And out with a sigh. Awareness. How does that feel? What happens if you crunch up your shoulders like this? Crunch them up really, really, really high. Go up high, 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 hard, 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 and then release. Oh, and shake it out. How does that feel? Right? You feel aware when you do that? Are you aware of how your body reacts, where you're carrying your tension? Right? There's so many ways to be aware of what's happening in your body, but also of what's happening in your life and in your business. And what happens so often is we go on autopilot, right? We think we know the direction we're going and we just go. Does this happen to you? Like, it happens to me all the time when I'm going somewhere that happens to be on the route that my kid's school is, because I go to school all the time. I go to school, almost every day. So I'm driving that way, and instead of turning to go, let's say, to the grocery store or to meet a friend for dinner, I find myself at school, right? Because we just follow this rote pattern of behavior. We do that in our lives. We do that in our lives in every single possible way. We do it all the time. So I want you to pause. That's a huge component of what the Brave Method is all about. The Brave Method, again, my book, Fuck Fearless, I break down the Brave Method. It's part memoir. I told you my story's in there. It's part case study, clients, people I've had on the Brave Files podcast, and it's part workbook, get into action and do the thing. And I break down the Brave Method in a way that's really bite-sized and easy to manage. But utilizing the Brave Method is a really great way to be aware. Boundaries, what hurts, what doesn't feel good, what are your pain points? And then if you can set a boundary to counteract that, then you're aware. So you have to be aware to notice that a boundary. The 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, and resilience, right? Making sure that you are doing regular reassessment, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. I break all of that down in the book. We're going to break all of that down in the incubator. You want to know more about it, sign up for the wait list. Definitely do that. Or come check out the incubator. At some point, I do this in all of my coaching. It's so important. So what are those different layers of awareness, of reassessment look like on a daily? Looking at that to-do list. Did you get done what you wanted to get done? If not, can you move things to the next day? Understanding maybe if something needs to shift for you. You were going to do something one day and then that didn't work. Something got in the way, or you didn't feel well, or it just wasn't the right day for it. Being intentional about picking it up and moving it to a different time, a different day and a different time instead of just skipping it. Gratitude, daily gratitude is a reassessment tool. Not only does it increase happiness, joy, and overall well-being, it decreases stress, anxiety, and depression. And it is a reassessment tool. What happened today? What am I grateful for today? Why am I grateful for it? How can I replicate that behavior? Right? So powerful. So, so, so powerful. Getting back up and doing it again and differently. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's not better. It's not always better because everything's a fucking experiment, right? We're all just doing the best we can. We are experimenting. We are trying new things. For those of you on my email list, you got an email earlier in this week that said, I don't follow the rules very well. I don't. Fuck the rules. I only have one rule. So if you've seen me speak or you've read my book or you've worked with me before, you know what it is. And you're probably out in the audience yelling, I know the rule. I know the rule. What's the one rule? Well, my one rule is that there are no fucking rules. You get to do this however you want. This being life, your business, however you want. It doesn't matter how somebody else has done it. It doesn't matter how somebody else got there. It doesn't matter what they're doing with their success. You get to do this the way you want. You get to define your first class life. You get to build it however you want, show up into it however you want. You can change it whenever you want. Change your story. You don't have to accept the unacceptable, right? Success is self-defined. Bravery is self-defined. First class life is self-defined. And if you are being aware, if you are actively practicing awareness, you will know what is right for you and what you want to shift and what you want to welcome and what you want to embrace. So those 3 R's, action and accountability. I'm going through the BRAVE method with awareness. See how that works. We're applying that. We're going to do that in the incubator. Every section of the incubator, we're dedicating 1 week to how do we apply the BRAVE method to this particular topic to show you that it works in a 360 manner for everything. So I'm giving you a little tip, a little insider knowledge on that right now, right? Action and accountability. What are you going to being aware of what you believe is important to get done to take you to the next step? How you want to be spending your time? Who are you accountable to? Who's accountable to you? Right? Being aware of those things, game changing, super game changing. V, vulnerability. To quote the fabulous Brene Brown, vulnerability is the birthplace of invention. You want to be inventive. You want to be creative. You want to live an authentic life. Embrace vulnerability. And vulnerability requires boundaries and it requires awareness. It really requires you to be aware of, are you safe? What is the result that you want from this? Do you want to spend your time and your energy around people that lift you up or those that bring you down, right? Vulnerability is so powerful because it says, I get to take up space. You get to take up space exactly as you are, exactly the way you're designed to move through the world without apology and without question. That's what vulnerability is. I want that for you. Being aware of what those moments are, of who and how you want to be and move through the world and why it matters. Awareness. Always, always so much awareness and intention. So we did B, R, A, V, and then E. The last one is expand and empower. Now, when we're talking about the BRAVE method, expansion and empowerment are your results. You can practice the first 4 letters in any order that you want. You're going to apply them and reapply them and shift them and change them based on your needs. But the result is expansion and empowerment. You want to feel that. You want to honor it. You want to celebrate it. You want to have gratitude for it. You want to share it with everyone else because you've done the fucking thing, right? You've shown up. You have shown up for yourself. That's empowerment. You are elevating. You are growing. You are not accepting the unacceptable. It's time to build your life on your own terms. And I am here for you with that. I want that for you. I'm excited about that for you. Hi, Veronica. Welcome. Nice to see you. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love awareness. I love the topic of awareness. There are so many ways. So think about where, when you feel good, where does it show up in your body? How do you react? How do you behave? How do you show up in the world when you feel good? What about when you feel bad? When you don't want to do something or something feels stressful or hard or negative, do you feel it in your body? I often feel it like right here. The negative shows up right here. The positive for me shows up in my belly, kind of in my solar plexus area. I drag my feet. I put things off, right? If I don't want to, I know I don't want to. And I'm pretty willing to bet you all know you don't want to also. And one of the things that I've started leaning into is if I really don't want to, I will explore, why don't I want to do this? What is the block for this? And then give myself a little grace. And Maybe decide it's not something I need to do or need to do right now. Can I shift it? Can I change something about it to make it more acceptable? Or maybe I just need a break. Maybe I just need a rest, right? You want to do that. When something feels good, roll with it, go with it, honor it. For me, that looks like batch tasking, right? Hi, Melanie. How are you? For me, that looks like batch tasking. For me, it looks like working when I'm inspired. I was telling my own coach just the other day. So, Kyla, if you're watching, hi. That I have felt a little bit of a block with writing lately, but the other night I was in the bathtub and I got inspired and I grabbed my phone and I did talk to text and I wrote out like 4 or 5 different blog posts, social media posts, things like that, because I felt it deeply. You go with it when you have it instead of forcing it and pushing on it. But I had to be aware. I had to be aware that that was there, that I wanted to tap into that I wanted to experience that. Those things don't come for us. We have to pay attention, right? We have to pay attention. We have to be intentional. So one of the reasons that I have not this entire year, I have not released any new programs. I closed a highly thriving coaching program that I loved with clients that I loved. I love you all if you're watching. I still love you deeply, but something didn't feel aligned and I didn't know what was going to come next. And it felt like a lot of pressure to figure it out. And I chose to just surrender and sit with it and wait. And boy, was that uncomfortable. Super, super uncomfortable. Erica, one of my previously just mentioned IBE members who I love to bits. Hello, my darling. I sat and I surrendered and I waited. And when the incubator finally came to me, when I saw it, I literally grabbed a pen and paper and I wrote down the entire 16-week curriculum and I got so fucking excited. Like, this is going to change people's lives. It's going to change my life to lead this program, to coach through it, to guide people through it, to create it is changing me. I felt that awareness to the core of my being. From the top of my head to the very tip of my toes, I knew it. I was lit up by it, electrified by it. I just did an entire series on Instagram about experiences. For me, life is about experience. We can't have experiences if we aren't aware of the experiences we most desire. I want to experience everything. I love to full body experience the moments of my life, even the ones that are hard or suck, because they matter too. They matter too. Hard moments matter just as much as everything else, and being honest about them and go ahead and lean into them and feel the things that you feel with them and learn from it and decide what you want to do with that, right? We're going to be really honest and transparent in the incubator. Anytime someone's coaching with me and working with me, you know, right, Erica? You know, we're going to be really honest and transparent and we are going to lay it all out there because that is how we elevate. That is how we expand. That is how we empower ourselves. That is how we build our own first class life, whatever that's going to look like for you. I love it. So I want to be clear again. I just want to circle back to the Brave Entrepreneur Incubator. You do not have to be on the wait list to apply to be in the incubator. The incubator is not open yet. Doors are not open. The sales page is not up yet. There is just a waitlist page. We are not opening registration and putting the sales page up until next Tuesday. So, but the waitlist closes today. It closes today. Why did I do that? I don't know, because I wanted to, because that's what felt aligned to me. Next Tuesday, I am hosting a free masterclass on designing your first class life. If you've been with me this whole session, or if you've been hanging out the last couple of months, you've heard me talk about that a lot. What does your first class life look like? You can't get there if you don't know what the fuck it is. So let's figure it out. It's going to be a fun, interactive workshop. Going to give you a tiny taste of what being in one of my programs is like, a tiny sliver of what we're going to do in the incubator, wet your whistle a little bit. It'll be a lot of fun. And from there, the doors are going to open to the incubator. And the program actually starts in January. But all the bonuses and the one-on-one coaching in the community are going to be for those waitlist folks between now and then. So get on the waitlist. If you know somebody else who you think could really be moved by this, send them the information, vickeryandco.com/waitlist. Send them the information because it really could be life-changing for them and for you. All right, now I get to pull a Create Brave card. It's one of my favorite things I get to do every single week. I'm with you. We're going to go back to Wednesdays next week. Thank you for hanging out with me on an off day 2 weeks in a row. I was traveling last week. Yesterday, I took my kids to see Wicked, which was so much fun. I put some pictures up on Instagram if you want to go and check it out. And I think on TikTok, I did a video also. If you don't already know, the Create Brave cards are a deck of manifestation cards that I co created with my friend Rachel Swanson. She is a creativity coach, and I'm the Brave Method coach. And we combined our skills and our expertise to make these beautiful cards. I have to give Rachel full credit for designing. She is the artist on these, and they are stunning. Each card has a focus word, an affirmation, and then there's a guidebook. And in the guidebook, we share coaching guidance from both of us, as well as a Create Brave prompt. So every week when I do my Brave in Action live show, I like to pull a Create Brave card. It's a card for me. What's here for me this week? It's a card for all of you. What's in it for you this week? How does the card make you feel? What resonates? What shows up for you? I'm always amazed that just the right card shows up when I want it to. How does that happen? I don't know. How does that happen? So I shuffle anytime I'm doing a tarot card, affirmation cards, manifestation cards. I just sort of shuffle until I feel the right card pop out. I don't know about the rest of you. If you like these cards and you want to grab them, you can go to vickeryandco.com/social. There is a link there. There's also a link there to joining the wait list for the incubator. So you can go check that out. Here it is. It just literally stayed in my hand. Communication. I embrace the opportunity for continual conversation. So I'll tell you why I kind of giggled when this card pulled up for me today, because I've been sending a ton of emails about the incubator and about the waitlist. But I'm not just selling, I'm telling stories. I'm feeling heart-centered. I really only have the capacity to send emails when I feel compelled to write something powerful that I think will connect with people. I don't have the patience. I can't deal with any bullshit. I'm not trying to just put something together to trick anybody or I don't know. If it doesn't feel aligned to me, I'm over it. I'm not doing it anymore. So all of these emails are exciting to me because I really deeply feel them. But also I'm like, okay, is everybody getting sick of hearing from me? I think Erica gets my emails. Hopefully you love them and you're not like, oh my God, another email from Heather. If you get them. So I have some more things I want to share before the waitlist closes, and certainly prepping for the free masterclass next week. And communication, I embrace the opportunity for continual conversation. So I'm going to open the Create Brave guidebook and read to you what it says. I embrace the opportunity for continual conversation. Conversations are the gateway to opportunity and connection. Stand in your worth and proudly share your thoughts and emotions. Making your needs clear allows the people around you to actually meet those needs. Healthy relationships require healthy conversations and communication. Remember that all growth stems from communication. When you have necessary conversations instead of avoiding them, awareness, you create growth in your life and in your business. Leaving things unsaid can fill you with regret and disappointment. Say what you need to say. Use your powerful voice and unlock your growth potential. All areas of your life will benefit from continual conversations. And then the Create Brave prompt is, it's time to have a conversation that you've been putting off. If you need to, practice the conversation in front of a mirror or with a trusted friend. So, what does this card say to you today? What is it showing you? How does it make you feel? What is it making you think? And are you willing to take intentional action? Now that you've got that awareness, intentional action on what it's showing for you today, what it's bringing up for you. I hope that you are. I hope that you are just curious enough that you're going to pop over to vickeryandco.com/waitlist and join the waitlist for the incubator just to see what comes next, what opens up for you, if it's something that feels aligned or if it's not, right? I'm so grateful that I get to spend time with you every week. We'll be back to our normal time, Wednesdays at 1:30 p.m. Central, starting next week. It is my joy, my honor, and my privilege to be able to spend this time with you every week. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Until we get a chance to talk again soon, this is Heather Vickery reminding you today and every day to go out and choose bravely. Bye now.